you.
Breaking right now, smoke rising above the Gaza skyline as Israel expands its ground offensive against Hamas militants.
And as IDF forces enter the second phase of the war, one of the biggest challenges for troops is the very elaborate Hamas tunnel system built underneath the already challenging urban battlefield. Ohio congressional candidate Chris Banweg is a Marine Corps lieutenant colonel who served in the Middle East, and he joins us now. Good morning to you. You know, Israel has elite forces, incredible technology, but there are those who say that this tunnel system will neutralize all that. So how do IDF forces navigate this situation?
Well, first off, thanks for having me on. But I think it's fair to say that the challenges ahead for the Israeli Defense Forces cannot be overstated. In my experience with Central Command and working with the IDF, I can appreciate just how incredibly challenging this battlefield will be. It's once you get through the Gaza area and into this, it's like a second city underground with all the challenges of an urban conflict area, but amplified. You think about small spaces and unknown pathways, and the fact that as a baseline, there is no natural light. And if you can recall the last time you tried to navigate your own house in the middle of the night without turning on the lights, you can start to imagine where their day begins when we start to talk about tunnel warfare and the underground areas that Hamas has. Now, we also have to consider that Hamas chose this battle, and they have already shown their barbarism. So when we think about the amount of time and ability they've had to prepare it, there's no limit to the number of traps and ambushes that they can put in place for the IDF. And they have shown their intent to injure the Israelis, to hurt them as best they can.
There are reports that bunker buster bombs are being used. Seems like it makes sense. You want to bust the bunker, so you use a bomb. But it seems like there could be ancillary issues with regard to casualties of your own troops, potentially the hostages. Explain how these work and why they're going to be utilized.
No, Todd, that's actually a great question. In my past deployments, we've used some similar technology in Iraq, earlier in Ramadi and Mosul. You can set a delay potentially on the fuse of some of these explosives so that they will go to the depth that they need to and detonate. When we think about the math and the science that goes into it, the technology is absolutely there for us to be careful in the way that we are applying these ordinances. But it's not perfect. As you said, there is risk to both anyone underground and our troops that are in the area.
Absolutely. Lieutenant Colonel, Marine Corporal Chris Banweg, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.